What's up folks, CrushSG here, back with more Genshin goodness. So many of you have asked me for my thoughts on the new 5-star Claymore coming in 1.1. And with 1.1 just round the corner, I figured I'd give you some of my initial thoughts. As always, this is based on leaked info, so nothing is confirmed until we actually see the item in-game. The leaks are also in Mandarin, which I do read and speak, so it does help. But the tricky thing about extracting item information from a different language like Mandarin, even for a Mandarin speaker like myself, is that you need to know the exact context with which each term is used. Such as, do you mean attack or damage? Base attack or just attack? Simply reading the text without context doesn't exactly tell you this if you don't play the game in Mandarin or Chinese. So what I did was I switched my game language to Mandarin to check all the terms and the phrases just to be sure I knew what was what. Anyway, let's get to it. On screen you'll see the original leaked image of what the weapon stats are. It is in Mandarin, of course, and according to the source, all the new weapons have the same bonus, so it's safe to assume what is stated here is also stated on the Claymore. So what does the new Claymore do? Well, first, it's a 5-star weapon with a level 1 base attack value of 46, meaning its base attack value is the same as that of the Gravestone, which is 532 at level 80. Next, we have its secondary, which looks to be percent attack. Simple enough. Moving on to the bonus, and this is where some translation problems arise. Let's take a look at what it says first. In English, it says, increases shield strength by 20%. For 8 seconds after landing an attack, attack is increased by 4%. This stacks up to 5 times and can occur once every 0.3 seconds. While protected by a shield, this attack boost is increased by 100%. Now first, the leak post states the bonus is identical, like I mentioned. But based on my experience with the weapons in the game so far, there is a small difference. It is very likely that the 0.3 second stacking cooldown applies to one-handed weapons like swords. And on claymores, it'll more than likely be 0.5 seconds. You'll see this trend on any weapon currently available in the game with a stacking buff. Claymores have it at 0.5, swords have it at 0.3. Again, this is minor, but I thought I'd mention it. Alright, next, I have seen various different sources cite the stacking bonus as 4% attack damage or 4% damage rather than 4% attack. And they also cite the second part of the bonus as increasing either your attack or damage straight up by 100%, as long as you have a shield up, of course. Now, based on my understanding of what the Mandarin text is saying, this is actually wrong. Now, the term used to describe this 4% bonus per stack is 攻击力. Looking at the Chinese version of the game, the term 攻击力 is used specifically to describe the percent attack stat. It is also the same term used to describe the secondary bonus of this weapon. Hence, the first part of the bonus provides percent attack, not damage, not attack damage. There's a big difference. Percent attack is additive. Everything else that I just mentioned is multiplicative. Now moving on, the second part of the bonus states specifically that the effect of the attack boost is increased by 100%, means the 20% is doubled to 40%. This does not mean you gain 100% more attack or 100% more damage, it just means you gain 100% more of 20%. Now lastly, I assume refining this weapon increases the bonus by 1% per stack, and this gives us a total of 40% attack at Refine 5 or 80% while the shield is up. Alright, with the definitions out of the way, here are my initial thoughts on this weapon. I'm honestly not too impressed by the new weapon, folks. And of course, this is from the perspective of someone who mains a DPS Noelle. That's important to understand because if you'd main any other Claymore user, your stand would most definitely be different. Now, I was initially impressed, and I believe I even replied some of your comments saying that it looked pretty good, because when I first read about this weapon, what I read was the already translated to English stats from other sources, but as I've explained already, now having read the Mandarin text myself, it kinda leaves much to be desired. Now some of you might think I'm being a little too quick to judge, after all the weapon's not even out yet, but let's break it down in Crust SG fashion and head over to my spreadsheet. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using the white blind as the comparison because the white blind is accessible to everyone, free to play or pay to play. And of course, for the purpose of uniformity, I'm using the exact same stats I used in my weapon deep dive video, which is my balanced gladiator build. The orange boxes you see are each weapon's bonuses, and I'm fairly confident of these stats because there shouldn't be much variance from one 5-star to another. For example, the gravestone has percent attack as a secondary too, and it gives 45.3% at level 80. The new Claymore likewise should give 45.3% as well. Alright, so what do we gain going from the white blind to this new weapon? Here it is. So we gain 35% more sheet attack outside of burst. Now this basically translates to 35% more damage out of burst, and that's not bad. But what about in burst? Well, we gain 0.1% more damage during burst. I actually had to specifically add a decimal place for this because it was showing as 0%. Now we also lose 503 defense or 19% of our sheet defense. We do gain a whopping 1% in shield strength, and this is inclusive of the 20% shield strength buff given by the new weapon. And finally, we lose 182 heal per hit, or 16% of our heal strength. Now hold on a second. These numbers look strangely familiar. It's basically another gravestone, folks. 5264, 5233. Except, well, it does give like, I don't know, less than 1% more damage. And of course it gives the 20% more shield strength, so I guess it's better than the gravestone for a Noelle, I suppose. And of course, just to keep things interesting, these are the numbers for the Skyward Pride and these are the numbers for the Serpent Spine. Alright folks, let's wrap things up. In a nutshell, it seems the new weapon isn't as good as I initially thought it was. The tier list for Noelle weapons doesn't look like it'll change anytime soon. Of course, again, this is assuming my understanding of the Mandarin text is correct. I mean, I could be wrong, and gosh darn it, I hope I am. This is a 5-star weapon, folks. One built for shield users. There has to be more to it, right? Anyway, you know who's the biggest winner of it all once again? That's right, our loyal F2P best friend, the good old white blind. It's still going strong in 1.1, high up in the tier list. Alright, that's all for today, folks. As always, if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down works too. Share my videos with your friends, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.